evening and welcome to ClausenWorld. In today's episode, I need to reaccomplish spreading some seed because the squirrels have been busy yet again. I found that little booger earlier today crawling up that fence, and when I opened the back door, he scattered off. So I went and purchased some more of this Repels All granule. I've been using this product since last summer, I want to say, and I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know if it's really working because I still have a squirrel problem. But I'm going to also pair that with my Light 'em Up sauce. I showed you guys this in a previous video. This is cayenne pepper, crushed red pepper, ground black pepper, cloves, and garlic powder. So I'm going to be spreading this on my food beds, and I am going to be spreading this Repels All on the outer part of my yard because I don't want this near my food. I highly doubt it is. It says it's people and pet safe, but I highly doubt it's safe for consumption. So today, that's what I'll be doing, and I'm also going to be setting up some new rainwater collection barrels, trash cans, because I haven't bought any new barrels yet, but I'm going to use two 45-gallon trash cans to collect some rain. We're supposed to be getting some rain this week, and I want to get as much rain as possible. So I want both my barrels to be filled, and I want these two 45-gallon trash cans as well as my 5-gallon buckets. So I want as much rainwater as I can collect within the city limits. So join me in the garden. This is my purple skinned sweet potato. The flesh is white. Here are my potato slips. They're getting lots of nice roots on them. I'm going to be putting these out in the garden here within the next week or so. I want to say next week. But I have some slips in here on this potato that needs to come off. So I wanted to show you me doing that. And you see how that has a root on it? You just grab it here and you gently pull it off. I'm just trying to see where it is. So gently pull it off like that. Hope my hand wasn't in the way. Just like that. Let me try it again. You grab it here at the base and you gently pull it off like that, and the root comes out. Then you have another sweet potato slip. That's two. Now this one only has a tiny little root on it. I could take it, and I think I will. You see how long that one is. So I'm going to see if I can get that root on here. Let me see. I don't want to break that root. It only has one. So I'm going to take it, and there we go. Break it off. I'm going to place that back in the water, and I'm going to take these potato slips and I'm going to put them in the cup with my other potato slips. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, one's already right here in the water. I guess he must have fell off and I didn't see that. So I'm going to put him in there just like that, pushing those roots down. And I have a little one. Oh, that's just a leaf. And then I have a bunch of roots. Now this one right here is going to come up with some shoots. I've got shoots coming up here as well on this side. So I'm going to place this back in the water, and that is how I grow my sweet potato slips. And I'm going to put this back in the indoor greenhouse and wait for it to give me more slips. And next week I will be taking this out in the garden, and I'll be planting this in the garden in a bag. Gardening not only consists of taking care of your plants, flowers, and food. Sometimes gardening means you have to take care of one of the largest crops that we have here in the U.S., and that means maintaining the yard. Squirrels have been a big problem in the yard ever since I moved into this property a few years ago. I am now spreading the Repels All as well as my homemade light 'em up powder that I use all around the yard and in many of my pots. In some of my pots on the front, side, and back of the house, you may notice that some of the greens have died back. Those are my spring bulbs that I'm letting the energy go back into those bulbs so that they can give me a beautiful show next year. So here I am on the front of the house, just sprinkling a couple of those pots with that Repels All so that hopefully, at least for a little while, the squirrels will leave my pots alone, and maybe some of the bulbs that haven't popped up yet will get a chance to give me a show this year. This sprinkling does take a little bit of time, but I'm trying to be patient. I really would love to have a beautiful summer garden with all my flowers as well as my plants, so this is a necessary step that I have to take. If you happen to have pests in your yard, this will definitely be a necessary step that you'll have to take as well. And if you have as many pots as I do, this may take a minute, but that's okay. My plants are my babies, and I have plenty of my neighbors as well as management tell me how much they appreciate the fact that I have so many flowers and plants and that how beautiful they beautify the yard. This is my light 'em up powder. I sprinkle this around on all the areas where I have food near my flower beds. I want to make sure that anything that I sprinkle in these areas is good for consumption. And I know that when I get pepper in my face, it makes me sneeze, makes my eyes hurt. So I can only imagine all the stuff I have mixed in this little bottle really kicks it up a notch and scares these squirrels away when they get in contact with it. I have black coated runner beans right here, and it looks like I have another bean right here. I don't know which one it is because I've just been scattering beans all over. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see. I have a bean growing right there, and let's see, I don't see any more down there, but that doesn't mean there isn't any. And this is part of what the squirrels do. They dig up what I bury. I buried food in this flower bed as well. This is my front flower bed. They've been digging all along here, digging all along there, digging in here, just digging, digging, digging. And I know I saw another bean. Oh, here we are. I totally passed it. I have a few of them. I've got a bean coming up right there, and I have a beautiful bean coming up right here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, these are northern beans that I was cooking with in the kitchen about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I decided to cast some in the front flower bed to see if they would grow. And it looks like, along with these beautiful black coated runner beans, which I thought the squirrels had eaten, they have grown. And I don't know what this is, but that is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Surprises. Love my surprises. Alright, on to the next task. Okay, this bucket right here that I got from the Dollar Tree, I planted some giant red mustard seeds a couple of weeks ago. And I have tried to keep this in kind of like a cool area because this particular June bug, stupid June bugs, this particular variety of brassica likes it cool. So I don't know if it's stunted because it's been warm or it's just getting started and it's taking its time. But I only had 2 seeds germinate in this pot, and I initially put 4 seeds in this pot. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put a few additional seeds in the pot because I would like to have, I would like to taste this, not only to have it, but I would like to taste it. I've never had a red giant mustard seed. Maybe it tastes the same as just the regular standard green mustard seed, but I would love to give it a try nonetheless. So I'm just going to put a couple of extra seeds, and if I get a pretty decent sized germination, then what I'll do is I'll prick those out and I'll repop them up somewhere else because I don't want them to have to fight for space in this bucket, and I want a significant amount of leaves that I can harvest and utilize because greens are good. Okay, so I'm just going to top that off with a little bit of pre-mixed compost that I have in my little turquoise bucket over here. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on top just lightly because those are tiny seeds and I don't want to bury them in the soil. Now I don't know if that was the problem before or what, but I don't want to bury them, so I just lightly sprinkled a little bit of soil. I'm just going to tamp it in, and then I'm going to water this in, and I'm going to cover it up with some tulle like you see here. That way the squirrels won't get into it. You know, I give these blasted squirrels the benefit of the doubt, thinking that, you know what, I'm just going to not cover everything. But no, they showed me who they are. I keep believing them that there's something other than what they showed me, but no, alas, they are not. And in this bucket, I do believe I planted the all-season cabbage. The all-season cabbage. And nothing germinated. Now, this pot, the squirrels actually got in. The previous pot, the mustard green pot, I did cover that pot up. But this one I left uncovered. And they got in it. They dug around really, really good in this one. So I'm going to place a few more seeds because I really enjoy cabbage. I actually make my very own sauerkraut. I have sauerkraut fermenting in the house regularly. I even have, right now, I've got about a gallon of sauerkraut fermenting in the house right now. So I'm putting a couple of extra seeds in here because I just want to make sure that it wasn't the seeds or the squirrel. It was just luck of the draw, I guess. But that's several seeds I spread in this soil. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get some compost and just lightly sprinkle the top of that. Just like that. Just lightly sprinkle. I'm not going to cover it up. I'm going to water this in. And I'm going to cover it with some tulle. And that's it. As a matter of fact, I have some tulle here. And I know you all have seen me cover stuff up with tulle before, but just to show you that I'm doing it. Uh-oh, I am running behind schedule, you guys. Now, this is just a 45-gallon trash can that I got from Walmart. I'm going to put the lids on it, and I am going to, and I don't think these lids fit. Oh my goodness, I may have to take these lids back. The lid itself fits, but the connection to the lid doesn't fit. I'm glad I paid attention to that before I put them on there. But anyway, I'm gonna have to take these lids back, and I'll do that probably tomorrow. But either way, my plan is to take these lids and write on the lid rainwater. Leave it open and allow the water to collect inside of the trash can. I'm just going to place them in areas around the house where the water runs off of the roof, and I'm going to collect water in them. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do. Is I'm going to find a place that I know the water runs off, and I will place them there. And sometime tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, I will have rain, and then I'll take these back and exchange them for the right lids. I had to go to 2 Walmarts, so again, like I mentioned, this is a real channel, real stuff happens, and I went to 2 Walmarts today. The first Walmart had the cans and no lids, and this Walmart had the cans and lids, but this lid fits the top, the surface of the can, but it does not fit the handle, so it's too large. So there you go. Back to Walmart I go. So I will see you all in my next video. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the garden. Hummingbird feeder craft time.